So from here, guys, I'm going to show you kind of the essence of. I'm going to show you the essence of how to break down to actually create the panels, but I'm not going to create all of them just because we're kind of really short on time. So what we're going to do is essentially take the edges of these panels and we're going to loft them together. That's really all we have to do to create the panels themselves. And then it'll be fully parametric. So it's as simple as using surface deconstruct brep, and you can take your extruded panel here, or your moved panel I should say, and let me turn that off so it's not confusing. Turn other old geometry off as well. And then go back to the original panels here. That would be these deconstruct breps. So you're going to take your deconstruct brep edges and you're going to use those. So I'm going to create a wireless one for this since it's so far away. So I'm going to go to params and curves. I'll plug this in and I'll name it base panel edges. Make a copy, connect it, and then wireless it. So now I can drag this one all the way over here and work on two sets of curves at the same time. So I have my new edges for the moved and reduced size, and then I have my base panel edges here. So here's the really nifty thing, is that we can list item the sets of edges that correspond to one another to very, very simply loft them together. And that's part of it. Actually, one of the things I want to do as well is to do the vertices as well. I need the vertices as well. So let me do that again. I'm going to grab points. I'm going to do vertices here and name it. I'm going to call it base panel corners. Sorry, I'm moving really fast on this one, guys. You'll have the video to get caught up. So wire display hidden. And I'll move this over here. So now I've got the bottom two of each because I don't really need the faces anymore. So this is what it looks like. We want to loft them together. So I need to grab each of the edges that I want to loft. And I can, in fact, what I want to try is lofting it without having to use list item. I haven't done this yet, so I'm going to see if I can do that now. I'm going to go to surface and freeform, and because these edges are coming out in lists, I have two lists that I'm going to loft together. I'm going to try using ruled surface. And it's going to take two different lists of curves. So I'm going to try using the base panel edges and the new reconstructed panel edges. And I'll loft them together like that. Pretty cool, right? Super nifty. I can go all the way back to my sliders. I can move it in and out like this. I can go back to these sliders and change the jitter to kind of move them around like this. I can go back to, I can even change my subdivisions if I wanted to. See, now it's 4, that's 3. So basically anything that we created as a numerical value can be changed now, fully parametrically. And the cool thing at this point is I can just start layering things on top of it, giving it more and more detail, and it's fully parametric. So if I wanted to go so far as to frame the edges, that's why I have these, I can essentially use a pipe, and I can take my new face panel and I can grab my edges and, whoops, sorry, Control Z, grab my edges here and just set a radius for it, say 0 to 0.55 to 1, whoops, 0, 0.55, actually let me make it 2 because I'm going to change it to inches using math. Sorry guys, I know I lost you don't even try and catch up right now, okay? Just pay attention to what's happening. So math operators, I'm going to divide this and panel, make that 12. So this is my standard conversion. Make that the radius. So make it up to like 2 inches. So you can see that now there's a frame around it. See that? Pretty nifty. The other thing I can do as well, let me move this down here, is insert another pipe for the edges around now my truncated volumes. So I can use a line, set up another set of curves that stretch from here to here, because right now I don't have a curve there. I have a ruled surface, I have my front surface, and I have my back surfaces and edges. So I'm going to go to curve and line between 2 points. And I'm going to create a line from my base panel corners to my new panel corners. That's that line right there. Which, coincidentally, I can just shift connect to the pipe. And now I have a pipe that goes around the entire frame. Okay, so not only do I have a new panel in a new location, which in my original definition I resized dynamically, but I also have the ability to change the pipe thickness. I can go back and change where it is, how far it extrudes. All the things that I just showed you, I can change fully parametrically. And if you get down to the point of actually generating hardware for this kind of thing, then you can do that as well. Okay? Questions? None. Okay. So I just ran through a bunch of things really, really fast. They happen to all be right here. So I'm going to come around, make sure that you're all caught up, answer any questions that you might have on this and other things if you have them, and then you're free to go at that point.